Hi, I'm Kristina Buch. I'm an artist from Germany, mostly based in Düsseldorf. I studied biology and a bit of theology before going into the arts, before studying with Rosemarie Trockel. And I work quite conceptually. I never use just always the same material. It's always the site and the situation and mostly the idea and the concept of a work that determines which material and I realize it in. I'm not sure, I don't know if the word relating is the fitting one, but I think art and nature can definitely question each other or interrogate each other or try to undermine each other. And I feel that nature is just one of these other categories and notions that we as human beings put into place and that we put into place in order to be able to grasp what we call reality in a more understandable way. And art, as it does and as it can do with many other of our human-made notions and categories, can interfere with them in a kind of Trojan horse way and inject itself into those, let's say here, notion of nature, and through injecting art into it, questions are posed and nature is not just taken as a given, as a non-questionable given. The work I made here for Miran is called "It's Normal That Reality Happens, These Games Will Fall Apart." And what we see here on this field are fragments of the lines of what could have been maybe a football field or some other game field. And these lines are not just drawn onto the grass, but they're actually put into the, sort of laid into the lawn as heavy intarsia made of white local marble. So it's almost like we buried a heavy marble sculpture of which we only see the top, and now we only see this marble drawing laid into the lawn. And the fragments we see, they don't really resemble any particular game field anymore. They're quite abstract and don't dictate or suggest the rules of a particular game. So people might walk past and only see it as an abstract drawing in the lawn, but the width of the lines is the standard international width of game delineations or game lining, and it's 12 centimeters. So that will always remind the viewer and the passerby that there's something related of this abstract drawing in the lawn to what could have been a game field before, which has maybe fallen apart, which is in a state of not anymore and not quite yet, a kind of floating state in between, where we don't really know what kind of games can be played on it or will be played on it. So. I think what really struck me about South Tyrol and Miran was its history and the fact that it was such a fought over place, and with a kind of political solution where nationalities mix forever, and where this drawing of lines and borders has been a continuous practice in the history and seems to still not be fully resolved. And I think in my work, though in a formal way I'm referencing the lines of a football game or another game field, it can also be read as the drawing of borders and the breaking of borders and the sort of floating state of the drawing of borders. And so I think that was something that really struck me in the region. And plus, yes, of course, the history of the material of this marble coming from this region, having been shipped around the world over centuries to make marble sculptures of. And now I'm using this very noble and sort of eternity-seeking material to draw some runes, and to not really make a proper sculpture, but to bury most of the sculpture to only see a marble drawing. So I think these 2 points were the most significant that I felt occurred to me when I researched and walked around Meran and South Tyrol before I conceived this work.